What's up, y'all? So we have a really interesting one today. Right now I've got a full dumpster. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the landfill right now, and I'm gonna empty it out. It's right before the landfill opens. I then have a drop that I'm dropping it off. I called the guy the day before, said, hey, I want to take this a little early because I've got somewhere I gotta be. My little brother, who is 23 years old, is officially a business owner, and if you guys don't know, you can actually own FedEx routes. Like, you can deliver for FedEx, because most FedEx routes are contract employees or contract owners, and then they hire people. So my brother actually not runs the route, but he owns the route now. So he made a pretty big move. If you remember me saying it in one video, he was laying the foundations to do it. I ended up buying one of his triplexes. He basically started pulling money from different places, and he bought a FedEx route. It's amazing. But what we got to do is we got to go down to Indiana, or up to Indiana, and we got about a 6.5 hour drive, and we are picking up 4 FedEx trucks, brand new. So it's kind of funny. It's going to be 5 dudes slammed into a truck, and then we are going to drive all the way there, and then all the way back with 4 of them. And then somebody's gonna drive the truck back. So it's gonna be a long day. But I'm so pumped. I'm happy he even asked me to help. That's why I'm squeezing in this one dumpster run this morning, and I'll probably ask somebody to pick one up later this evening. But outside of that, I'm happy to do it. This is gonna be a really cool thing to experience. I'm just very curious about the whole operation. So let's see what happens. Looks like they've been doing a lot of work over here at the landfill. You can land a dang plane on this landing strip they just made. So basically, you come up this massive hill right here, you go forward over there, and then you back up to the big pile of trash that they're basically pushing into a hole. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and untarp it and do exactly that. And just like that, she's empty. Double check. Oh, very sharp mirror. Pull that out. Wear gloves, kids. All right, so here's what we got. Carpet, a little bit of drywall, a couple bags of trash. There's definitely a couch, some of this fake paneling, and just some odds and ends trash. Typical dumpster. Close her up, get out of here, drop this off, and get on the road. All right, so this doesn't happen very often, but the weight came out on that dumpster, and it is a very even number. I've got the tonnage or the pounds listed on this ticket. So drop in the comments what you think the actual weight of that dumpster was, and the first person that gets it dead on will receive a hat or a hoodie. I'll let you choose, but what you have to do is just drop your guess in the comments, and you have to be subscribed to the channel. So if I see both those things, I will follow up with you, and I'll make sure to get a mailing address, and we'll get you out a hat or a hoodie. I'll let you pick, but let's see those guesses. I'd really be curious what some of those numbers come in at. Things just got really interesting. So 5 of us just drove out here, and we're at this like lot full of these trucks back here, and we called ahead and told them we were gonna be about 10 minutes late. No big deal, right? Well, we got some attitude from somebody because we're here and it's locked. We pulled up 9 minutes late, and they said, oh yeah, that's no problem. Well, then we called asking, and she said, well, that's why we have hours. Where were you? She never called us again to make sure we were still coming, because we had called 2 hours before, letting her know. She said it was totally fine. She said, well, I've got an appointment. I'll be back. I figured you'd at least have been there by 4. We showed up at 4:09. So now we are literally just hoping that somebody shows up, unlocks this gate, lets us take some trucks home. Because I will say it was a 6-hour drive, and my brother's blood pressure, understandably, is up here because he's paying employees to drive these things back. He's paying them by the hour, And obviously, he just wants to get these trucks. We do not want to spend the night here and have to come back to get these. It's really tempting to just go over there, see if the keys are in the floorboard and bust through that gate, but obviously that won't go well.
I know, I'm sitting there, I'm done.
Oh boy, she's finally here. We'll see how this goes. Oh boy. So apparently we're here to pick up 4 trucks right now, and they only know about 2. This is becoming the biggest disaster ever. I just hope we get out here with a couple trucks, and we have to spend the night. He sends his drivers back. Maybe we spend the night and drive the other ones back tomorrow. This has turned into, I don't know the company we're dealing with. I'm not going to reveal them on here, but I feel for my brother right now. I just want this deal to get done. I'll do whatever I can to help, but for his sake, I want these trucks right now. Worst customer service I've ever seen from a company ever. The story just gets crazier and crazier. So we got 1 truck here. They're double checking. Hey, oh, it started. Holy cow. So we got 1 truck here from one company. That same company has another truck at another location. So these 2 are getting in the truck together. These 2 guys that he brought, they're gonna go pick up that truck. But then a whole other company has 2 other trucks, and we're not even sure we can get to them tonight because one hand of one company is not talking to the other hand of another company. So we'll be lucky if we get 2 trucks out of here tonight, and we'll be super lucky if we get 4. But right now, the first truck started. Typical box truck setup. And it's really nice looking for a new truck. But we'll see what happens here because they're doing like a DOT check, seeing how the lights are and everything on the truck. I'm gonna step away because it's a little loud. But we got 2 trucks, or we got 1 truck. These 2 are gonna ride together about 20 minutes down the road, grab the other truck that's literally just sitting outside with the keys in it. They're gonna tag team that drive back together. And then me and my brother are gonna go check this other location, see if we can get anybody to let us in. Because again, one hand's not talking to the other saying, oh, it's okay if you show up late, you know, it'll be, we'll be there. But it's like 2 completely different companies not even communicating with each other. So it's just a mess. So we'll be lucky if we get all 4 of them today. But I'm willing to stay the night. I've got the driver. Keegan can drive for me tomorrow, take care of the dumpsters so we can get the other 2 trucks back tomorrow. But I am not looking forward to a 6-hour drive in one of these box trucks, I'll tell you that. I am sure it's not going to be fun. Like the milkman in these things. Pray for us, guys. They're teaching them how to put it in park because there's all kind of safety, or in drive because there's all kind of safety measures before you can put it in drive. But none of these trucks have gas in them. There's enough to, they've got 20 miles on each truck basically, testing them. And there isn't 40 miles of gas in these trucks. And they're probably gonna get 5 miles to the gallon. And they've got just the first location. They're barely gonna make it to with this truck to get fuel. It's just a mess, boys and girls. Our brother needs good vibes. This is not the best way to start when you're buying 4 trucks, spending that kind of money, and you've got all these troubles. They don't even put fuel in the truck for you. I've bought a lot of trucks, and every time I buy a truck, they fill up the thing. Whoops. We're staying the night. All right, so we're checked in to, what is this, the Baymount Quality Hotel here in, are we in Indiana or Michigan now?
Indiana.
We're in Indiana right now, since 1 truck was in Michigan, 1 was in Indiana, and there's 2 left somewhere around here, but we can't get anybody on the phone, so we're spending the night. It's also early, it's like 7 o'clock here. So we're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna go hit the casino for a little bit, but might as well ask Caleb some questions. What do you think about your first week owning a route? My brother is the most level-headed dude I know, and man, there were some moments.
Apoplectic with rage. I'm about to bust out the thesaurus.
With all the words he's got for this incident. So basically, long story short, third party kind of arranged all this, but didn't get all the people communicating, letting them know when we were showing up and where the trucks were. They're all scattered about in between like 2 towns, but at the end of the day, we're gonna get the trucks, we're gonna be okay. But seriously, what do you think? Owning the route. So basically, if you didn't already know, FedEx contracts every employee for, what is it, FedEx Ground?
FedEx Ground.
FedEx Ground. So Caleb works for FedEx Ground. He is a contractor, so that means he owns several trucks. Then he also rents several trucks. Well, right now, Caleb only owns 2 trucks because we need to go find the other 2 that he's already paid for. He's got the titles for everything, but we just got to get a hold of them from some lot somewhere. Otherwise, he rents a couple routes. And how many employees you got?
14.
So
around.
14. So basically, FedEx pays him every week for all the packages you deliver. But then he has to pay his employees. What are your overhead costs? You don't tell them numbers. You don't have to go into all that detail. But what kind of things are you having to pay for?
Fuel, truck, all insurance. Insurance is a huge expense.
Yep.
Employees, obviously,
Just like
your
dumpsters,
biggest
insurance
expense.
always gets you.
Workman's comp, ginormous expense.
Oh, so you're W-2 on all these guys?
Yeah.
W-2 employees, that's big. That's way different than some of you guys hiring contractors on 1099.
And everything in between.
Yeah, and basically what Caleb's figured out right away is he doesn't own this company and just to get to sit back, feet up on the desk, everything from basically day one and before it was what? Just putting out fires?
Oh, it's been a nightmare.
It's
been
been
fun in the slightest.
it's been a nightmare, but at the end of the day, do you think the gamble's going to be worth it?
I hope. Can't say yet.
It's-
but I hope.
It's tough because you are taking a gamble on basically counting that this just continues to grow. This company, you're buying it at X price, and by the time you've owned it for a few years, it's worth more, right? And that they're paying you more weekly
That's
for all
idea.
the stuff you put up with. So that's the grand scheme of thing. You can research because most of you guys probably didn't even realize that FedEx was run by contractors under hundreds of thousands of different names.
Yeah, half your FedEx drivers don't work for FedEx.
Yeah, exactly. So Caleb, who works for, what's your company name?
S&B Logistics.
S&B.
Shake and bake.
Shake and Bake, baby. That is the name of his LLC, and I love it. Corporation, I'm sorry, thank you. So Caleb's got it all figured out. How old are you?
23.
23. I'm not going to tell you the balls it takes or the kahunas it takes to do what he just did because he's not gambling. You've done your research.
I'm gambling.
He's gambling.
Ground network is in shambles. It's not looking great.
Trucks, insurance, W-2s. You got to get the employees, which is already hard enough to get people who want to work and do this kind of work. And he's got to keep packages getting delivered. And not only to explain that, you got FedEx who only pays them X per week, and they're pocketing some money while you're putting up the money for fuel, tires, all stuff that you would think would get passed on. So there's definitely some hidden expenses that some guys might get into this business and be like, wasn't it? This is easy money. But man, how many flat tires do you think you had this week? You guys think that you go to the dump and you get flat tires? Imagine having what, 12 trucks running essentially?
Pretty much
10 to 12?
almost daily.
Yeah, so you got flat tires daily on different trucks in different locations. You got to get somebody to get him a tire or service the truck on the side of the road. Didn't some dude just blow up a truck that you only had a couple months? 4 transmissions on a brand new 2020 truck.
Pretty much.
But it was a
That's the
rental.
story.
That's the really dumbed down, non-cussing version of the story. But I mean, there's just so many things that come with it, and he is 23 tackling it. And I bet you, I'd put money on Caleb, it'll pay off. But this is way different than what we normally cover on this channel. So drop in the comments what you think about a business like this. Let me know if you even knew this was a thing. And let me know if you do something similar. You might watch this and be like, yeah, I know this, I do it. Or you have your own logistics company that handles something similar. But outside of that, what do you... He's signing off. He's like, he's done with this. We're going to we might get a couple more clips. We're going to hit the casino, and then we'll get some clips in the morning of us. Hopefully, we're both crossing our fingers, picking up 2 trucks, because believe it or not, it's our little sister's birthday, so we got to get home tomorrow. So we're going to get home with 2 brand new FedEx trucks, and tonight we're just saying a little prayer, hoping that the 2 guys we sent out get those trucks home too. So it's going to be a long one. We're going to make the best of it here. We're going to get some food. We're going to get some drinks. We're going to get some cards probably played on the table at a casino. Hopefully come home with more than just trucks, but we know how that goes. And just keep watching, guys. We'll see what happens. I think we got a truck. 2 trucks.
Not a good sign when they give you in.
Yeah, when they give you the
walk out the
when
door.
hey, take this jump box with you. Oh, but give us your ID so we make sure you don't steal it. They're lucky we didn't just try to steal the trucks last night, so I don't know why they're worried about a jump box, but there's about 50 rows here, so now we got to go find out which truck's which, and they're spread on completely opposite sides of the yard. But we are here, we are in the fence, we are walking out of here with some trucks. All right, open that bad boy up. Let's see if this thing even starts. You think you'll be shocked if it does? There's a lot of grass around here that has not been cut. Oh, click, 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 click. Break out the jumper. We have life! It's alive! Weird place for the battery. Truck 2 started without any jump box. These things are nice. Of course, they don't give you any fuel. What do you think? All kinds of room for activities? We could put bunk beds in here, hang out, take a nap on the road. Everything work all right?
Hopefully.
We'll find out in 6 hours. This will be a fun thing to drive for 6 hours. He's giving the whole thing a once over, make sure everything's looking good, good tires, no flats. Check everything to make sure there's coolant. So outside of that, there's not a lot of coolant. We'll probably need to top that off. We're gonna check all the oil and transmission fluid real quick. Your coolant's really low on this one. So we're gonna get on the road, boys and girls. That's why when you buy something, you always check it out, especially like this. Like coolant super low on this, the oil super low on this. So it's barely, done correctly. It was probably thrown on the lot. So before we get on the road and drive 6 hours, we're gonna do that real quick. But I double checked this while he's in there getting tape for the temp tags and everything. Oh, what a day. Here we go. Getting out of the lot. Guess you could say I'm a FedEx delivery driver now. These things are so weird. I'm not used to driving anything like this. I mean, I don't drive a semi. My business uses a, big 3500 with a trailer. I'm used to looking back and seeing a trailer. But I mean, you got nothing to look at back there. It's so weird. Wish us luck. My gosh, this thing rattles like crazy. A little solution to stop that. Holy cow. Should have thought about that 5 hours ago. All right, we're down to the last 100 miles and man, my booty hurts. These things are definitely not made for highway commuting like all the time. These are clearly a in-town, in-route delivery truck. You got dual axles and a really big shell, so the wind pushes you around, and then when you get close to the rumble strips, it wants to suck you in and then spit you back out, and you're wobbling all over the road. It's not fun. But I mean, they're really high quality trucks for what they are. I'm pretty shocked at how easy they are to drive despite the size for a box truck. It's all relative. I know other guys drive much bigger things, but there's also all kinds of cruise control and lane assist and collision alert, lane assist, so you're not going in and out of the lanes, which is great for him. Having employees, he wants to have those things on so he can just minimize accidents. It's got front, rear, and side cameras, and it actually pops up on the dash here for me. So when I turn my turn signal on, I can actually see who's in my lane next to me, which was actually really helpful for about 100 miles when my mirrors folded in. I could actually use the camera when I turned my turn signal on to double check nobody was there. So, pretty impressive. But man, if you ever traveled I-80 before, it's probably one of the worst highways in the tri-state area, and I'm so glad to be off of it. So we're in the final stretch, getting these bad boys home. I'm just super proud of my brother. I just can't even believe it. It takes some, like I said before, some big kahunas to make a move like this. He's worked for FedEx for years, and he's been meticulously planning this takeover with his boss for years, and it's happened. He saved up, he made some investment decisions, and then he's pouring it into this. He's putting all his eggs, not all of his eggs, but he's putting a lot of eggs in this basket and counting on it, and he's working his butt off. It's incredibly impressive for a 23-year-old to be making a move like this. And I'll do anything to help. I'll go back and get more trucks whenever he wants, because this was a pretty cool experience to be a part of. And he's going to be one of those stories. This kid did 3 years of college, and he's got a airplane license, like he can fly. He was going to do a commercial license, decided it wasn't for him, so he's got his personal pilot's license, but said, nah, it's not for me. And he meticulously planned this out, and that's pretty much where he is now. He left college, so I have a feeling he's going to be one of those, you know, college dropout stories that made the best decision of his life all at the same time. So there's more to life than college, kids, that's for sure. Like I said, these things like to walk. I'm going to put the phone down. Catch you soon. Woo! Caleb just parked this truck. We are back. We are done. What do you think, Caleb? Was it worth it, the trip?
It better be.
I mean, it was pretty sour start, or middle. It ended up being not too bad, at least for us. Good.
Better than yesterday.
Definitely better than yesterday. And yeah, we got to hang out. We got it done. We're home in time for our little sister's birthday. So I think I'm going to go home, get cleaned up, get over to that, make her happy. But that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you can like, subscribe, follow. Make sure to check out that beginning of the dumpster video where you can guess the weight if you want to win one of those items from the beginning of the video. But otherwise, we'll touch base with Caleb here maybe in a few months and see how this is all going, since he's just now diving into this, and this video is probably a little premature, but it was too good to not document. So thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.